Now, may I request Mr. M.S. Sahoo, our Secretary ICSI, to propose a vote of thanks and concluding remarks. Thank you.
Respected Chairman Sebi, my friend Ashish Chauhan, President of the Institute, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever I get an opportunity to talk about capital market, I remember one particular survey done by a research agency in 2002 to find out which is the most televised structure in the country. The finding was that it was not the temple of power like Prime Minister's office or President's house, Parliament Bhavan, nor temple of beauty like Taj Mahal, nor temple of Nirvan like Tirupati Devasthanam. It turned out to be the temple of wealth, Sir Firoz Jijibhai Towers, where all of us are sitting here today. This is the life's ambition of many people to see this temple in their own eyes, and particularly see the photo of Sir Jijibhai here. This temple, in fact, is only symbolic. This only talks how intimately the population of India is connected to this temple. 20 lakh people visit this temple electronically. 2/3 of news space of pink newspapers is taken by this temple, the securities market. If this temple gets dirty, if the securities market malfunctions, this sends shivers down the spine of everybody, including the government. Today we are talking about market development, market regulation, and investor protection. We could not have got a better person to inaugurate this than the chief custodian of the securities market in the country. In fact, after hearing SEBI chairman, now I realize why he is called chairman of investors' takat. And just now I was looking at the market, I think his visit is welcomed by the market by 100 plus points rise. And I wish SEBI chairman visits this temple on daily basis. Sir, we note the words of caution, particularly about the penalties. All over the world, in fact, the system is after the malafide mind, not the facade which is before them. Company does not have a mind of its own. Anything good or bad is done by the people behind them, and it's natural that the people should be penalized rather than the company. And in that spirit, SEBI has recently laid down the standard operating procedure if listing agreement is not complied with. The focus is first get hold of the people who have done the mismanagement or who are not complying the listing agreement and not do anything which hurts the investors. Sir, you talked about the pension funds. It's really painful that even after 20 years of liberalization, when we say that the investors have freedom to invest wherever they like, the companies have to raise the resources in the manner they like. This is one group of investors, pension funds and insurance funds. They have not been given that kind of freedom. And by depriving them of this freedom, what we have done is we are really choking the financial inclusion. In the sense that if you do not allow pension funds, insurance funds to invest beyond the defined scope now, which is mostly the government securities, leave aside the fact that it's not that government securities are the most secure instruments. We have seen many governments, internationally, domestically, there is no guarantee that the government securities are the most secure than ordinary other securities. But the important point is that if you do not allow them to invest elsewhere, their investment portfolio can't increase. If they can't invest, they can't collect more funds from people. They can't have more people in their fold for pension and insurance. So actually we are preventing financial inclusion if we are not allowing pension funds, insurance funds to come to market. Sir, we noted that the compliance is very important. Compliance of listing agreement, where most of the company secretaries are compliance officers. In fact, they are being the key managerial personnel under the Companies Act, they are responsible for compliance with all applicable laws. But we have a dual duty in the sense we are paid by our employers and clients while we have a duty to serve the public and society. And we are trying to figure out how do we, in fact, SEBI has made in some of its regulations that compliance officer directly report to the SEBI in certain matters, particularly investor complaint matters. Nevertheless, it will be our endeavor to do as much as possible the public service and remain accountable to public rather than to our paymasters. And in the process, we would like to ensure that India remains a trustworthy destination. As a token of love, respect, and affection, I request Mr. Ashish Chauhan to present a memento to SEBI Chairman. Let's thank SEBI Chairman with a big round of applause.